Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk is a dark, satirical novel that explores themes of masculinity, consumerism, identity, and self-destruction. The novel follows an unnamed protagonist, often referred to as the narrator, who becomes involved in an underground fight club as a means to reclaim his sense of self in a materialistic and alienating modern society. The narrator works a corporate job that he despises, living in a sterile apartment filled with consumer goods that symbolize his desire to conform to societal expectations. Despite having everything he's been told he should want, he suffers from insomnia and feels disconnected from his life. Seeking a way to cope, he begins attending support groups for various illnesses, pretending to suffer from ailments he does not have. In these groups, he finds temporary relief by witnessing others suffering, allowing him to release his pent-up emotions. Everything changes when the narrator meets Tyler Durden, a charismatic, anarchistic soap salesman with radical ideas about freedom, individuality, and rejecting the consumer-driven world. Together, they form Fight Club, an underground gathering where men can release their frustrations and reclaim their masculinity through physical combat. The rules of Fight Club are simple and strict. No one talks about Fight Club, and participants are encouraged to embrace pain as a means of rediscovering their primal selves. As Fight Club grows in popularity, it evolves into something more dangerous, a movement called Project Mayhem, spearheaded by Tyler. Project Mayhem's mission is to dismantle society by committing acts of vandalism and violence to disrupt corporate and government systems. Tyler preaches a philosophy of destruction as a path to freedom, arguing that only by tearing down the structures of civilization can individuals truly find liberation from the constraints of materialism and societal norms. The narrator initially goes along with Tyler's plans, but he becomes increasingly uncomfortable as Tyler's influence grows and Project Mayhem spirals out of control. Tyler's methods become more extreme, and the narrator realizes that Tyler's vision for society is nihilistic and dangerous. At the same time, the narrator's relationship with Marla Singer, a woman he meets at the support groups, further complicates his internal conflict. Marla is another source of chaos in his life, and his growing feelings for her make him question his involvement with Tyler and the Fight Club. In a shocking twist, the narrator discovers that Tyler Durden is not a separate person at all. Tyler is a manifestation of his own split personality, created by his subconscious to express the aggression and rebellion he could not outwardly embrace. The narrator is Tyler Durden, and he has been both leading and opposing Project Mayhem without realizing it. As the novel reaches its climax, the narrator tries to stop Tyler's final, destructive plan, which involves blowing up several buildings to erase debt records and destabilize the financial system. In a desperate attempt to regain control over his mind and actions, the narrator shoots himself in the mouth, symbolically killing Tyler. He survives, but Tyler is gone, leaving the narrator to face the aftermath of Project Mayhem's chaos. Fight Club is a critique of modern society, particularly the emptiness of consumer culture and the loss of individuality in a conformist world. Palahniuk explores the crisis of masculinity as the men in Fight Club struggle to find meaning in a world that equates success with material wealth and passive consumption. The novel also delves into mental illness, showing how the narrator's fractured identity reflects the internal conflict between his desire for control and his yearning for freedom.